Hello, welcome to Sterling Armory Sword Talk. This is episode, I don't know, I think it's mid-30s, 36, I'm guessing on that. If you are new to the channel, we are a bunch of guys who enjoy talking about swords and everything sword related. I was about to say something else that I usually say, but I didn't. So we have a lot to talk about today, a bunch of different topics. We don't have one set continuous topic that we're focusing on today, but we're just going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. Ooh, my focus is going in and out. So let's jump right into it.
Oh,
how's it going?
Hey guys, what's up?
This is episode 36. I was right. Okay.
Welcome to our probably 50th episode.
Probably.
Yeah, probably one of those. If you're new to our channel, real quick, before we dive into our conversations, we do a quick intro, and then we talk about what we're drinking, which hopefully you guys can grab a drink yourself and join us over the next hour or so as we talk everything sword related. So real quick, I'm Chris. You can find us and all of us at sterlingarmory.com or on Instagram at Sterling Armory. I think Instagram is Sterling Armory with an underscore in the middle. So if you can't find us, that's why. And I'm sword maker. I've been doing it for about, 25 years and 30 years now. No, it can't be 30 years.
No,
25. Yeah, 25. Since I was 15. So yeah,
Been making swords since I was 11.
Jumping ahead. But yeah, so that is me, Josh.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear. You can find me on Instagram at warbear_armory or on Facebook at Joshua Von Warbear. I'm a sword maker and a concept artist and amateur trapeze artist.
Mm-hmm.
Some other stuff.
I've seen some of
that. Yeah. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna mix it up every time we release.
Yeah. Roll out.
Like a dead orangutan in a hurricane floating around doing circles.
Yeah, I miss those gym days though.
I'm Colton from Copperthorn Customs. You can find me Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Kind of just a fab guy, sword maker, make all sorts of random things.
You say fat guy?
Fab guy, F-A-B.
I heard fat guy too, and I was like,
"No, you're not."
Yeah, that's what you
I don't
wanted.
know. I changed it up too. It was for the worst.
Also, if you're new here, we're all in different parts of the U.S. So I'm in Florida. Josh is down in Phoenix, and Colton's in Salt Lake. But we try to attend a lot of HEMA events and Renaissance fairs and all sorts of things all across the U.S.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, we're actually going to that's sort of what we're going to be talking about for at least the first half of the video today.
After we talk
yeah, as I say,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I've got coffee.
Coffee.
I made a fancy coffee today because
quite fancy.
I got stuff to do after this. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's working nights, so you need that coffee.
Yup.
That's your morning cup of morning round.
Morning cup, except for I've been up since 8 o'clock. So,
yeah,
be a long one.
I don't know how you do it, man. Josh, what are you drinking?
I am drinking mead, honey and grape infused mead from Superstition. Whatever wineries out here, I don't know, man. Like my brain's like it's superstition or paranoia, and I know those are two different words, similar meaning, but I don't know which one. I think it's superstition.
One of them is the company name, the other one is a mead.
A better wine name than paranoia, but
yeah. But I also know superstition's the name of a town out here, so maybe that's why.
Maybe it's the
superstition. It is Superstition Meadery. Thank you.
That's what I thought.
Nailed it.
That's where they make the peanut butter and jelly one. That was really good.
Oh. Peanut butter jelly was okay. Turns out my peanut butter allergy is sensitive to that as well. So whatever I had the PB&J mead, it would gurgle my gubs.
Wait, what do you eat anymore?
Dude, it's getting hard. Like bread.
I didn't know you were allergic to peanuts too.
Everything. Bread, tomato sauce, dairy, peanuts, a lot of different types of peanuts. If it's not meat or vegetables or fruit, I tend to, except for, of course, tomatoes and onions, I tend to just can't do it. these days. I fucked up and had some pizza the other day.
We're past 5 minutes. We're good.
It's okay. We're good. They're not going to notice. I messed up and had pizza the other day, and I was just about to throw up the entire day. It was bad.
Yikes.
I drink like a nutrition shake in the morning, and then I have like one of those hungry man lunches or whatever that's just beef, broccoli, and rice or chicken.
Cool.
That's it. And then I starve myself for dinner and try and forego the pain.
Oh, so that's why you're looking so cut. What do you got, Chris?
Yeah. So, can you see that? I think the light's not bright enough.
What the shit is that?
Very dark.
It's I don't know why it's so dark. I don't know. It's a San Sebastian port out of San Sebastian Wineries right across the state over in St. Augustine. Ooh. This is their fancy port, so I bought this when I was there just a little bit ago. And they even had fancy glass with an S, so I was like, oh, it's like Sterling Armory.
Ooh, yeah.
So we gotta see if we can get a sponsor. That's another sponsor.
Viking prisoners made meat in the toilet. You think that was probably a thing?
What?
No.
You're probably allergic to it, so it's good.
Probably. It's probably
but no, the port's really good. And they have 2 different ones. I think you guys can get that at Total Wine out there. But it's really good. So for those of you guys at home, let us know what you're drinking down below as we talk along. We usually drink lots of mead, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of mead coming up, actually.
Especially at Renaissance fairs. If you've caught us at a Renaissance fair, you've caught us drunk. Like 2 bottles in. Easy in the first couple hours.
Speaking of Renaissance fairs, you guys want to talk about the event coming up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when's this going to air? Before or after?
Yeah, it'll air probably Thursday.
Awesome.
Thursday. Yeah.
So tomorrow, Friday.
I can actually air it tomorrow if you want, Tuesday.
Hey, that works for me.
Yeah.
So Colton and I, and maybe Chris, we'll see, will be at the South Jordan Renaissance Fair, the 1520 Nights of the Golden Cloth, I think was what it was. Every year, and since I've been in Utah, Thanksgiving Point has put on a Renaissance Fair in August. That's been just total fun, and I go there and I goof off and I teach archery to people. They have a kids' day that's Friday and then a Saturday, so it's not a very long fair. It's just Friday and Saturday. But yeah, I go there and have fun, and we sell swords and leather and teach archery. But this year they're having to cancel it. They've outgrown their venue and they don't have one lined up. It's kind of too late in the year, so they're putting on a very small one. They've been gracious enough to have me out to teach archery again for all my pals and friends out there. So Colton and I will be there this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and goofing off. So if you are in the area and you'd like to stop by, we'll put details below.
Yeah. You guys are going to have some blades out as well?
Yep.
Yep.
Whatever we got.
Cool. I am finishing one up tomorrow, hopefully, that will make it.
Oh. Is that the one that you sent us some images of the blade?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, you're going to save it?
Garden, did the garden, seeded that today and started the pommel. So I'm like, I'll probably get this done in time.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Hey.
I can't wait to see that. That looked awesome.
It's going to be pretty sweet.
So the new venue is, do we know where it is?
The venue is at the Bastion Agriculture Center in South Jordan, Utah.
So is that like an indoor venue?
Oh, no. Definitely not. Life isn't that good to me. It's going to be sunburny and outdoors and probably a lot of dust. It's like a horse arena, agriculture center / equestrian center. So I'm assuming there's going to be lots of horse dust and all that kind of stuff there.
Lots of shade.
No trees, Utah. Valley. So yeah,
it'll be all
right. At least the weather should be good, right? Temperatures are a little cooler there, right?
The weather won't be as hot as Phoenix, and that's all we can really appreciate.
Yeah, cool. No, it's been like probably low 90s recently.
Whoa,
it's been nice.
Like temperature to me right now.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's 90 in my house right now.
So the booth will be
sweat organs just not working. I say sweat organs. That's weird.
You did.
Yeah.
My sweat organs.
I guess skin is a sweat organ.
What a terrible thing to say to someone before 9 p.m. on a Monday.
Nobody even noticed, Josh. It's how you talk.
Yeah,
I've got two people. I've got me and one in my brain checking everything. And anytime I say something stupid, the guy upstairs goes, "Idiot."
Yeah, and then the guy doing handstand push-ups on your side.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got
you guys. Is it like a table setup like we did at other events, or is it something different?
Yeah, just be a tent and a couple tables, and then a small, probably 25-yard archery range.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably bring the grid wall, set it up across the back of the canopy, and then.
Oh, you have a tent?
Yeah, nothing fancy, but some shade at least.
Yeah, at least take some pictures and we can put them on the website as well, or on the Facebook page.
Okay.
I'm working on armor strictly for this because it's going to be hot, and I don't intend to wear a lot of clothes. So
just a strip of leather.
This is a piece I've been making for me. Good. Just got to add some rubber bands around the corner there.
Yeah.
Got fur floating everywhere now.
Yeah. Awesome. So that's one event coming up quite soon, and then that's it, right? The other event. So there's an event we might be doing at the end of October,
right?
Which would be in Phoenix, back in Phoenix, and it seems like it's a 3-day event, although we're not entirely sure all the details yet.
Yeah.
But that would be October 27th to the 29th. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. But if we are there, then hopefully the three of us will be there.
October 27th, 28th, 29th. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. But we'll have a booth there, and it seems like there might be some cutting as well, so I might be competing. Hopefully I can get Josh to compete as well.
So. With the executioner sword, please.
Have they changed the rule about being intoxicated while cutting? Because probably not.
Is that a rule?
Is it?
You have to be.
That's what I was trying to.
You're right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I
better not say that. They'll just like the insurance will just drop us based on hearsay alone.
Right. Yeah. So that's in October, and then immediately the next weekend after that, here in Florida, we have Sarasota Medieval Fair, which they've already started rehearsals. I already took a blade out for one of the fighters to use for the show. So I had one made up, and that was posted on our Facebook page not that long ago. But they're already starting rehearsals, and they're doing a great job, and excited for that. The show, if you're in Florida at all, this show is a little bit different. It's a more medieval based instead of Renaissance based. And they're building a lot of buildings. Well, not a lot. So at least to start with, there's this huge new, and hopefully I'm allowed to talk about this. I'm not sure. But there's a huge new mead hall that they're making that looks incredible. So I think it might be AC. I'm not entirely sure, but so if it is hot, usually in November, it's not bad in Florida unless it rains. If it rains, then the weather's just kind of bleh. But if it's not raining, it's usually really nice. And so every weekend in November, we will be there. The last weekend, I'm still not entirely sure about because I'm hoping to take a trip or something, in that last weekend there, maybe up north to another museum or something. But, we'll see. Were you guys thinking about coming down for that?
I'd like to
come in for at least a weekend. We'll have to see what we can do. But
yeah. And then Corey and Shy, who do Ravens. Oh no, why am I blanking on their name? Ravens Leather, is that right?
Yeah, Ravens Leather or Ravens Armory. Oh, it's Ravens.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm blanking on the name, but we'll post a link down below. But they'll be there in Sarasota. They usually booth right next to us, and they're coming back down because they actually moved out of state, but they're coming back down for that, so it'll be good to see them again.
They have insisted that I show up for the Renaissance
exactly.
They shot me.
And then they want to go paddleboarding every Monday, so we're going to try to do that. I can't do every Monday, I don't think, but at least once or twice. But yeah, so it should be a busy couple of months coming up, and I have to get I got to get making blades because
I'm sorry. I don't know why I just like.
What is going on?
Yeah, right down there.
I swear, it's like Chris is the teacher, and we're the two dumbasses in class that just keep laughing.
That's exactly what it is. I kind of like laughed a little, and then you smirked, and then I laughed at your smirk, and I
was smirking at your laugh, and then just lost control.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really bad. Good. Continue, Chris. I have nothing.
You sure that's not alcoholic coffee? But yeah, so we got a lot of events coming up there for the end of the year. We just got to get a lot of blades done. So we're currently about to get a lot of blades through our kind of a pre-production phase, and once it's through heat treat, then we're good to go. So it's going to take a little bit, but hopefully we'll have a lot, including a lot of new cool ones that we haven't done before, at least on my side. I'm going to be doing some fantasy ones. But yeah. Also, I'm going to be in Chicago coming up, so hitting up the museums there, the Art Institute of Chicago and the Field Museum in Chicago, both of which have a lot of historical arms and armor. The Art Institute actually has a whole section of a lot of armor displays as well as swords. So hoping to get some behind the scenes shots. So if you follow me on Facebook or on Sterling Army on Facebook, you guys.
I don't know what's wrong.
I think it's I'm talking too much, right? But follow me on those pages. You'll see images from the museums. So if you like that sort of thing, you like historical blades, we'll be posting pictures. So, all right.
You have to stop.
All right. So now,
hey, just blink our screens for a minute. We'll listen. We just apparently.
So stupid.
No, that was all I had. It's your guys' turn now.
Don't do it. Don't do that. No, I was listening and very interested. I did I hate to lay the blame on Colton, but every time I think I'm good, I look down and he goes, and just a little smirk, and then I laugh or I try and smile, and he catches it. I'm sorry, man.
It's completely off the rails.
Part of the fun. Yeah, that's really all I had. so
blocking me? That's a good idea.
I just put like a little plastic tote of rivets in front of your screen so I can't see you anymore.
That's a good idea. What do I got?
So you guys have any other projects?
Yours is harder. I can't. Nope, it's not gonna work.
I can't talk about any projects I'm working on.
Oh, well, you're
on a sword project?
I'm doing a really cool leather belt, and I am doing a series of like barbaric primal leathers, like strips for arms and elbows and stuff that are fur backed, very Conan Skyrim-esque. I'm really excited about those and wearing them out. Tari has been making some very cool tabards with like elvish designs and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
Super excited. She made one that has a collar that like actually reverses and then pens down. That's really? Like a sleeveless tabard, but with the collar that pens with. We're looking in what kind of metalware to get for him.
That's cool.
Maybe we might sell those at a Renaissance fair sometime soon.
Yeah, that'd be kind of sweet.
That'd be way cool.
Totally.
Cool. You've
concept
got a
art
sword in the works, right? Are you not talking about that?
It's what?
You've got a beastly sword in the works. We're not talking about that. We haven't talked about it yet, right?
The Jotunheim Slayer.
Yeah.
The one that killed my mill.
Oh, that's sad. We don't want to talk about that part. Just
I was trying to force a carbide bit through a piece of 1.25 inch solid bronze, and it proved too much for my mill to chew on. I should have piloted the holes. It was my fault. I was like, it's gonna be fine. I've done it a million times. Probably what killed the mill is the 1,000,001th time. Yep, that's it. So I am really excited about that one. That one's going to be really rad. I was really excited because it was the first time I fullered something completely, especially something as massive as a sword that starts at like a 5-inch wide base and then, is like 4.5 feet long. So I was sweating the entire time, literally and figuratively, because it's 100 degrees in my garage at all times because Arizona, and then sweating because I knew if I went too thin, it was going to burn out the blade, and I had to keep like laying over a flat across the fullers and then hitting my caliper down to make sure I wasn't going into that halfway mark. But yeah,
dude, it's gonna be freaking awesome.
Dude, I can't wait. And then the acid etching the runes into it. Oh man, I really I might just spend the extra $2,500 just to get a mill so I can finish the work.
Right.
So
I'm super excited about that one.
Yeah. Do you have the etched designs already?
No, sure haven't. I need to. I did sketch last night. I did a.
You can actually do that now while you're waiting on the mill stuff.
Say what?
You can actually do that now while you're waiting on the mill stuff. Yeah,
that is true. Yeah. I might do. Might sit down with some decals and start messing around with that.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Definitely.
I did a wizard concept sketch for an archery target, and that's going to be fun.
Awesome.
My printer closed down in Utah. My connection is gone. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
I ordered something on Amazon last minute, so no big deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Colton? Got the one blade coming up, but you still have the Witcher set?
I still have the Witcher set. Yeah, I've got I don't even know 7 or 8 swords that are going to be at the Ren Fair.
Nice.
And then I think I've got like 5 or 6 of Josh's swords here that will be there as well. And then I've got I did that new kind of a, I don't know what I'm calling it, like an uncorrupted like Morgul blade style looking thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one was pretty sweet. Yeah, so I got that. Yeah, not a ton. I'm excited for this next batch of blades that we're doing right now.
Yeah, same.
Because I threw in like a big executioner sword as well. After seeing Josh's, I was just like, I need something like that because that's freaking awesome. It's about
it is.
Half the size.
half as epic.
Yeah.
A lot thinner, lighter, little shorter.
Only because you're smart.
You're right.
You're smarter than I am.
Yeah.
Speaking of executioner blade. Speaking of executioner blades, Chicago has one of the originals. On display. Yep. So I'll take some good
pictures. You're going to be able to see and check
out. I don't know if I won't be able to see it behind the scenes. I don't think, but I'll be able to at least. It's on display, so
cool.
I'll take as many images of it as I can.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I've heard the displays there are quite good too, so you can actually get all the way around the blade and take photos of all sides.
That'd be awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Chris, am I seeing the Ranger blade sitting behind you still?
You are, yeah. So that was
that bad boy.
You refunded the guy and kept it?
Did we talk about that last time?
No.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this has not been shown on here yet.
Yeah, no.
Unless you did one without me, which would be fair.
No. So yeah, this is Mr. Ranger. So there's only one major difference from the original blade. Yeah, this is sharp. So, but yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I just realized I haven't even etched the S in it yet. I need to do that. Every little part on this, I was like, oh, that's a pretty simple, straightforward piece. Nope. So every piece on this, like especially the pommel actually gave me the most trouble because it's not, in no direction is it symmetrical, right? So it's flattened. It's a little oval. The lines I actually hand did. I don't know how good they're coming up on camera.
No,
make your screen larger.
Oh yeah, enhance yourself.
Enhance.
I forgot about that.
Enhance. Enhance.
Nope, that's not it. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Do it again.
That's me. Enhanced.
So yeah, the lines I ended up doing by hand. I was really nervous about. Stop getting blurry. What's happening?
Unfocus. Focus.
Where's my focus at?
Better. Nope.
Keep coming in closer.
Closer.
Yeah, there we go. You're good.
See how ugly it is.
All right, there you
go. And then the guard is angular on the top section, I don't know if you can see it there. Well, that was a weird change. Angular on the top section, but then rounded on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then matching up all the lines. So the one major difference between this one and the original blade is, and this is something kind of I wanted to do as an exercise, is this piece here. So in the original piece, that's part of the guard as one piece. And I wanted to do it as kind of a separate, like a habaki. And it came out really nice. Nicer than I thought it was going to come out. And overall, I really like it. And it's going to be hard to pass this one on to the friend who ordered it. So, and again, for those guys watching, so every piece we make is one of a kind piece that we make, and we don't and we can't sell licensed stuff. So this wasn't a piece that I would make to sell. This is just a piece made for a friend, for me trying something out. And I think Colton's favorite blade is, I know he's talked about a lot, is Boromir. So we're hoping he will make one of those as well at some point.
A blade in this next run for me.
And honestly, so this wasn't my favorite blade from Lord of the Rings until I made it. Now that I made it, I'm like, this is my favorite blade from Lord of the Rings. For those of you who know the blade,
next one.
Yeah. So I don't have the brass accents either. Those I left off. And the handle itself is a little bit longer than the original. The original's hilt is, I think, about 3/4 of an inch shorter. But it felt better to have a little longer handle on this. And that fuller just came out really well. I was really happy with that. And that's all ground by hand. It is a little wavy. If you look down, I don't know if I can back up far enough. It's a long blade.
Yeah, how long is it?
Can you see down that?
It looks very straight from here.
Yeah, it looks great to me.
A little wavy.
Maybe you can hit the top light.
It is.
If you got one.
Just about 37-inch long blade.
Okay.
Whereas I think the original is just under 36. So it's a little longer in all directions.
Okay. You just upscaled by 5%.
Just a little bit, yeah. So I was talking with Peter when I was making this. And so when I originally scaled the guard and this habaki piece and the pommel off of the one at the Royal Armories, which I think he made, either my images were slightly off or something, but I had scaled these a lot bigger. And I was looking at it, I was like, there's no way, like this sword's going to have to be 5 pounds. This is crazy. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, I'm getting these weights, looking up just the volume of the pommel and of the guard. And I asked him, I was like, hey, is your pommel and is most of your guard hollow? Because I don't see how you would get this weight down without that. And his original blades were 3.5 pounds, or some of them down at 3 pounds, depending on which one they were using. And he's like, no, they're not. They're solid. And I was like, well, what's wrong then? Something's wrong. And he told me, he's like, your scale is probably too big. So I went back and looked at it, and yeah, it's a little bit, very tiny bit bigger in scale, but not just ever so slightly. But yeah, I'm excited about it. So might make another one for myself at some point.
If you make one for yourself, is it going to be blue?
Yeah.
Solid question. Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
Yeah, I would change the color just slightly. Although I might mix it to have like a teal, like green blue.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get off me now. But yeah, that was super cool to make and surprisingly difficult to make. I was going into that project thinking that was going to be just like a normal scent stopper pommel and a normal guard with just an extra habaki. And I was wrong. Every part of that piece was quite difficult to make. So, and I think I used 4 different wheel sizes on that pommel to get the shape right. I think
there's a reason that Lord of the Rings swords are basically the coolest swords ever made.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I think I made it a lot more difficult on myself compared to the original piece, but I'm assuming they did a lot of that on the lathe, with which I don't have. So that would have helped a lot, but I don't know, maybe not. Peter did say he did hand ground. I know he hand ground the guard, and he said it was pain. So, but yeah, so that was exciting. If I do another Lord of the Rings piece, though, I think I will try my hand at the Leafy at Gandalf's. Yeah. Or Orcrist. I think Orcrist is awesome. That's probably my favorite Lord of the Rings blade.
I think my only problem with Orcrist is I wish the tooth grip was reversed, because in my head looking at it, the way the edge is here and it just continues around this way, I think it would look better as a scimitar reverse grip.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That would be hard to make though. That's another one that's like, and what scale would I make that at? Would I make it at the actual scale, or would I make it at, what they blew up on screen? Because they had to make it smaller. So
right.
I don't know. But actually, one thing I was thinking about doing was making, and I might do this on our next sword batch, is making a ranger blade, but even different than that. So right now, that piece only has the habaki that's really different, and then the grip's a little longer. But I would actually redo the pommel and the guard and make my own version of a ranger blade. Thought about doing that. Kind of like how Fable Blades, how Brendan kind of takes his own take on those types. I might do that. I actually sketched up a drawing while I was on the flight last week to what would I do if I was making a ranger blade. And it was close, but yeah, clearly different. So
that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do.
Right.
So yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, so my order that's like kind of loosely in my mind is I'm gonna do Boromir's first, and then I'm very, very tempted to do a Nazgul blade. Specifically, I don't know which one is which and what they're called, but the one that's got like the kind of the finger ring or the cutout.
Oh yeah.
In the Ricasso, and then the blade that kind of comes up and then dives in on one side.
I love that cut tip there. I think it's awesome.
Like I might try to do one of those, but that's probably going to be a while down the road.
That's another one that, just as a quick look, you think it'd be simple, but that step in that blade would be very difficult to grind and get that correct.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I almost forgot. The other big difference from mine compared to the original, and probably the same for yours, is that I believe all of their original blades were hollow ground. None of the blades were flat ground. So I know the Ranger blade was a hollow ground blade. Mine's not. So if that Nazgul blade's hollow ground, which I think it is, that makes that step even harder.
Right. Yeah.
Probably won't be on mine then. Yep. Even if it is,
I would flat grind it personally, but yeah,
I'd like to do a what you call it, the Urukai chopper. I would love to do one of those, but with maybe a little bit longer of a handle, the hook at the end, and then like Colton was saying, the one with the flared tip, the monstrous ones.
Yeah.
I'd like to do my own take on Anduril or Narsil, but because I love those metal secondary chokes. I'm in love with that process.
So I was thinking about that as well. It was another one I was thinking of, but doing it my own take of that, right? And I'm not quite sure. I kind of know the look I would want. I just don't know how I would achieve it, getting the weight down. Because you got to figure out how to get the weight out. It's got to do a hollow secondary choke, right?
Oh.
So, yeah. I'm not quite sure how that would work yet. So,
good luck.
Yeah. So I was talking to Peter, though, about the hollow grinds, and that's just, we talked about before, some makers are just used to hollow grinding blades, and some are used to flat grinding. And I think he was just used to hollow grinding, so that's how he did all the blades. Plus, it makes all their blades a lot lighter. So, yeah. I didn't realize that, though. I never knew the Ranger blade was hollow ground, so I took a really close look at it.
Huh.
I'd have to check on Boromir's, because that's if there's one that isn't, it would be Boromir's.
That's kind of what I was like. I don't know.
You have those close-up images of it, so I can check.
Yeah, send them to me when you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, like, I've actually been practicing my hollow grind on a lot of stuff. Hoping to do a couple like that, and I've been getting a lot better at it. Still a lot of work to do. So.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started grinding with Fields, I couldn't get flat grinding to save my life. And I started hollow grinding, and I took to that really quickly.
You did.
And then right after that, I started flat grinding really well and lost everything I did hollow grinding. Just can't. I do it for cross guards every so often, but for some reason, it left me.
Yeah. Colton, when's that new grinder coming in?
Probably like 3 weeks or something.
Okay. That'll help with hollow grinding. You can also turn the speed down too, so you're not heating things up too quick.
Yup.
And you can do different wheel sizes, which really helps solid grind. So I think Boromir's is, well, that's that one giant fuller, right? It's not twin fuller.
Yep, one big
For some reason, I keep thinking about twin fuller.
Well,
but yeah.
Yeah. Like it seems like it does have two tapered fullers, but it doesn't. It's just one big one. It's like,
yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that should be coming sometime soon. We shall see. And got the small wheel kit with it and platen and all the work table and stuff. I'm pretty excited to get into that and see what I can do.
Is that coming in?
Like 3 weeks, something like that.
Nice.
I think he said, I can't remember exact dates. I asked him like a week ago, and he said 3 to 4 weeks. So,
like, I guess as a controller,
have to come up to Blade Show in October just to mess with that new grinder.
Yeah. Oh, I did forget about that. So going back to the events, thanks for the reminder. Blade Show West is October 13th and 14th. Is that right? Or 12th and 13th? One sec.
Speaking of which, Josh, if you bring your pommel up, we could mill it out for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for the Viking. Yeah. Oh, thanks for saying that, man. Shit, I wouldn't even thought of that.
I just thought about it now.
Thank you.
I
will tape that up. And
bring it up and we'll mill it out.
It'll make my luggage about 8 pounds heavier.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, 13th and 14th is Blade Show West, also in Salt Lake. So we have a couple of Salt Lake events coming up. And we do not have a table there. We would like to have a table there eventually, but I think we're all going to be there just to check out the show. And if you guys have never been to a Blade Show, they usually revolve around knives, which is okay, but there will be a lot of sword stuff. Blade Show in Atlanta has a lot of sword stuff. I heard West is more focused on knives, but Sonny and Zach from Valiant Armories will be there. They're the ones who kind of gave us the invite, and so we'll be excited to hang out with them as well. But yeah, so we're excited to see Blade Show. So if it's just like the Atlanta show, I haven't been to West yet, but if it is like Atlanta, you're going to see a lot of grinding machines available, like sanding belts, grip materials, all sorts of things for everything blade related. So it's a great show to go in and just check out a lot of stuff. And a lot of local makers will probably be there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Including us. So, yeah.
Allegedly.
So, yeah. And there's classes as well. They have classes and seminars throughout the whole show, at least, again, if it's like the one in Atlanta. So, which we hope to get to the Atlanta one next year if we can. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Definitely.
All righty. Well, do we want to talk about, actually, for those watching, I'm kind of curious what you guys will be looking for, or what you guys would be interested in seeing from us in terms of what would your favorite Lord of the Rings sword be? So let us know in the comments, whether it's here on YouTube or if you see the link on Facebook. What would you like to see from us? So that'd be cool.
For ourselves to keep, because we're not.
Yeah, we are keeping those, right? Because unless it's
to be jealous of, let us know.
So if it's different enough that we can sell it as a different item altogether, then we would do that. But if it's similar to a movie piece, it's not something we would sell. But yeah, then the other thing we were going to possibly talk about if we had time, and I think we do, is swords, storage, and displays. Because as you can tell from my background, I really don't have
run.
So they're just leaning against they're in basically each blade, if it's sharp especially, has a cork on the tip, and it's just on the ground leaning against the wall. And I need to fix that. So what I was thinking, actually, do you guys have any currents? Well, Josh, you have a rack, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, me and my friend John Lindsay, we built a rack I designed up that's got a peg and slot system, and then scallops down it so the cross guards fit in between it. And likely the viewer has seen it in the background of my videos. That works really well.
It's really good. It's probably not great for display, though, right?
No, because it doesn't front and face them. It side planks everything. And I was going to put more pegs in it to hold like spears and bows and arrows and stuff like that, just to be like an armorer's weapons rack. But I could have done it differently if I were going to go for a display motif.
Have you guys thought about displays or anything like that?
Just like racks as far as like glass cases. I wanted to do shadow boxes at one point that were lit, especially for broken swords, or just like
cool.
plaques that I would age and stain up and put,
Really
big bent concrete nails in or something like that. Make it look all cool.
Yeah, I think that would do really well.
Like the kind of like that.
Yeah. Wood
I did
plaque.
one that's got bear arms that come out and it's got the claws that hold the sword.
Yeah. You'd obviously make it cooler than mine, but it works.
Did you make that one?
What?
Did you make that one?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. So one thing that I don't know if you guys have this issue or if you guys watching have this issue. I have a load of dust here. Like I have to dust these things. I don't know,
You have like
2
45 animals. That's probably why.
Well, but lots of dust. So I'm trying to figure out a solution that can display blades, and I don't have to dust them every couple of days.
Well, hear me out.
Okay.
I mean, like, the best method is just beating them on a rock, right? Conan showed us that.
Conan does it. Yeah. That's how you clean a sword. You beat it against the rock.
Beat it on a rock. And
yeah. You're right. I almost forgot about that.
And if it explodes, you didn't have a good sword.
Yeah, that's how you knock the rust off, right? I'll try that next time.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't steal that skeleton's armor. Like I would have taken the armor too.
Yeah, I would have taken everything, including the skeleton.
Including the skeleton. You need cutlery. You know what I mean?
But so I was thinking, and do I still have this right? Yeah. So hopefully we can show this. So these IKEA bookshelves, I think would work quite well. And with the nice thing, so I went to IKEA, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday, just to check these out. And these Billy cabinets are very customizable, like very. There's 3 different types of glass front doors. You don't need any of the shelves in there. So basically you buy these without the shelves. And these are 78 inches tall. Is that right? I can't remember.
79.
So 79 and a half to 80 inches tall. So I can even fit claymores in there and two-handed long, big two-handers in there.
Are all the shelves removable? Because sometimes you'll get one that like they have the center shelf as a structure.
Right, that's what I was worried about. But all the shelves are removable in these. The downside is the back. So the back of this, my idea was to mount the blades inside, and I guess this is a question for you guys as well. Because my idea was that back is just that foldy cardboard back. So I would not use that, right? Put a solid piece in the back, either a pegboard in the back or something nice. So probably something nice, right? Because pegboard just wouldn't look good. And then use Chad's magnets to mount blades, or maybe even make something a little more custom so I can mount like a couple blades along the back and then a couple of them out a little bit so they can overlap each other.
Yeah.
And then add some lighting. That would kind of look like a museum display. That was kind of my idea.
If it were me, instead of that foldy particle board, what I would do is if Home Depot has it, I know they have the 4x8 sheets of like brick. I would either get that and repaint it or see if they have one that's closer to stone and then do a backdrop that's just a stone wall in the background.
That's a cool idea.
And then you light that with like faux candlelight or something like that. And for me, I was going to write 2 of the shelves in the bottom to put like medieval books and goblets and horn cups on, so it just looks like a portal to a medieval armory.
That's really cool.
I think my swords will probably take up the whole size. In fact, I have too many swords, as we were talking about. So
yeah, you do.
I was going to have one of these on each side of my entertainment center because they happen to match my entertainment center. And the one on the right was going to be swords from makers that inspired me, and then the one on the left was going to be movie swords that inspired me. But these cases could probably fit 5 or 6, especially if they're staggered, maybe 6 swords. And I have more than that. So I'm still going to stick with that idea. So I'll probably take my favorite 6 on each side and then do other ones throughout the house. Because they do have single versions of this. So this is a double wide. They have a single wide. And I think I might do a single wide for like the Braveheart blade. Because it could just be one case for one blade. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it. So my idea, I do like the one you were just talking about there, Josh. But my thought was, I was thinking museum display. So I was going to do like some sort of, like where the back is, I was going to coat that in either like a velvet or some sort of nice fabric,
sure.
like a museum display, and then light the heck out of it. So it's really bright LEDs, and maybe even a mirror at the bottom so it reflects that light around.
To
make it look like a museum display.
Like what happens if you do the back more or less a mirror, and then you put your support board like just a 2-inch bar across instead or something, so you're just mirrored all the way around in there? Too much?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. It might be cool. The only thing I'm nervous about is the center between the doors. There is very thick.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it just had one big door.
So they do have a different glass door setup. The other glass door doesn't have the center bars here horizontally, and then the perimeter edges are much thinner, but they're only black or white. They're not in this like espresso dark brown color. So they look a little deep.
You could take out those doors and then get your measurement, and then do a
custom glass
frame. Do a frame, a minimalist frame with like plexiglass, and then just do magnets in the top corners and magnet on the front plate. That way, it's all completely see-through.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
I mean, cool if you're making your own fronts and glass and modifying the back and everything, when do you just make
your own? Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's true.
I don't trust that one. I've never seen an IKEA a product that was easy to pronounce, and that looks easy to pronounce.
Yeah, no. Right. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's kind of weird for IKEA. But so apparently these are really popular across the board. So some people on there you go, TikTok. I couldn't think of that. They're doing videos where they use these and just embed them across the wall, and then surround them the whole thing with like crown molding and stuff, and they look like a full bookcase that was built into the house. And I guess they're big in the Lego community.
Yeah, so these are like one of the number one cases people will get in the Lego world, and because the shelves are just completely removable, you don't have to worry about dust, and I believe they have corner ones too, don't they? So you can go.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to talk about. Was so that what they do for the corner ones is, this is a double wide. They have a single wide, and that single wide, they have a bracket where you can mount 3 of them, and it makes like a rounded corner piece. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
So they're so versatile. I was thinking about just kind of having them all over the house with the various swords I have. Probably some. So these cabinets back here might get replaced by something like this, because my Legos also get really dusty as well. So.
Yup.
But yeah, so I'm curious, everyone watching. I've seen, and the reason why I brought this up today is I did see a couple posts on Sword Buyer's Guide, and I think it was on Real Swords, talking about sword storage and what they do. And somebody built a custom cabinet, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to go that far, but I'm curious if anyone's tried this before in the sword community. So seems like it would work.
Yeah, I've like thought about, so the way Josh did his rack, I built like a super simple just plywood one at the shop so I can store stuff on there, not nearly as fancy. And then when I was making it, like I was thinking about it, you're sparking memories here. If I spaced them out a little further and then just put them on like 45s going across so that you can see them a lot better.
You offset the scallops of the rack so they are forced into an angle all the way down,
which would be pretty sweet. It's still not nearly as like classy looking museum pieces that you're going for, but
sure.
Yeah,
it'd probably be.
You get more though. You get a lot more in a smaller space.
Yeah,
I wish I would have done that, because then like instead of seeing like the sides of the blades, you'd have a little bit of flat there to reflect. It would just look, as far as aesthetics go, it would just look more appealing.
Yeah. So I might do that eventually. I don't know where I'd put it, but
it'd probably be good to have at run fairs and stuff, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Right now my sword storage space isn't too big of a problem because I have most of my swords at the shop on that like little storage rack, and then I've got a few around the house that are just on like single displays and stuff. So Not bad at all.
That's my storage right there.
Yeah, got a decent amount going on back there.
Yep. Yeah. Well, cool. So if you guys have any other solutions, especially you guys watching, please let us know, because I'm kind of curious. That was an idea that just came pretty quick, and seemed like it would work. And I'm going blurry again.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm sure other people have done some pretty unique solutions for that. So
here's a good idea. Obviously, it's a terrible idea. You know how they hang pots and pans in the kitchen on the little hooks?
Yeah.
Just do that with swords off the ceiling, and you just walk under them all the time. It's a really good.
Yeah, my dogs. Yeah. Actually, that's one thing.
Terribly good idea.
Sword chandelier. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, sword chandelier. Yeah. Actually, that's one thing I'm worried about with this current cabinet, is the glass goes all the way down, and I have dogs, so I'm worried about the dogs bumping that too hard, or just getting slobber all over it, or
they're drooling over the swords. I see the problem. Yes.
Hopefully they don't break the glass with their tails, because their tails can get pretty excited. So I am a little worried about that, but that might be a reason to do a plexiglass door, as Josh was saying.
Yeah.
So, well, cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's all I really had for today for me. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, you got a new shirt there.
Yeah.
Looking good. This is my tank top. I always trying to go into spreadshirt.com and design my own tees and stuff. And I always go in and put the shield higher, but they never listen to me. So it always ends up like down, kind of middle.
Looks good though.
Is that the symbol for hope from your world?
Right. In my culture, this means swords.
You should make a shirt that says that.
Yeah, no, it should be the quote on the back.
Yeah. It's a good,
I like that. Yeah, that should be one that we sell at shows.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of,
it's a good idea.
We do have a bunch of shirts left over that are for sale. I wonder if we should post them on our Facebook page.
Probably.
Yeah. I think if I do, I'll have you ship those to me. That way I can ship everything out from here.
I thought for some reason you had them shipped to you when you were ordering the replacements.
No, you got them all in though, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Well, good talking to you guys tonight. And
you as well, sir.
Yeah. We got to keep these going at least once a week if we can. And we're also looking for topics, guys. So for you guys watching, please send us topics that you want to talk about. I did see a couple. I think it was on Sword Buyer's Guide that were asking us to do sword reviews again. Eventually we'll get there. We got a bunch to review, clearly, that are not our own pieces. So
we should just review our own swords every time.
We will at some point. I think that'll be funny. But we got. Okay. If we do that though, we have to review. Like I can't review mine. You guys have to review mine.
Okay.
And then we'll review Colton's and yeah.
So I'm definitely not as much as a connoisseur, so I'm just gonna be making a lot of shit up.
It's gonna be fantastic.
That's the whole point. Is you just make shit up.
This is a Type 44X that was used against raccoon defense in the 1300th century.
Perfect. I think that'd be good.
Cool.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. This is a pretty short one today. Well, actually, not. We're actually almost at an hour.
Yep.
So thanks for joining us. And again, reach out to us. I'm Chris. If you want to reach out, so on Facebook or Instagram, Sterling Armory. And if you see us at any of the events, come up and talk to us, because we enjoy hanging out and talking with all the sword nerds and sword geeks, because that's what we are.
Yup.
Josh, outro.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear, and if you need life lessons or you're interested in Warbear facts and think you can decide which ones are true or not, you can contact me through Warbear_Armory on Instagram or Joshua Von Warbear on Facebook.
Also on Sterling Armory as well.
Yep.
Also on Sterling Armory. I probably have an email there. I just need to forward
it. Colton from Copperthorn Customs. You can find me Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I usually respond faster on Facebook or Instagram. But
same.
Yeah, or Sterling Armory. That's the place.
Yeah. Oh, and we do have the website in the works. We had one up and we had some hosting issues. So it actually dropped my email for 2 months it was, I think. Yeah. So we are working on that. and I know we kept talking about it, but it is in the works. It'll get up. So that'll be nice once that's done. But I'm guessing still a couple months before that because we have to change everything over to a different hosting site. That's not an easy job.
We make swords, not websites.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. So, alrighty. Well, I'm not going to pop everybody off. I'm just going to go ahead and end it. So,
so we will not be alone.
Nope, not this time. All right. Thanks, guys.
Later.
See ya.